you're not going to, even though you know I love you to death, I'm not going to let you get away with stuff because you're a female, because you are, I love you, because you're the star athlete, because you're the star student. And welcome back to the Angry Teacher channel. I'm Richard Williams, the Angry Teacher. Here at the Angry Teacher channel, we talk about everything education for the students, for the teachers, for the administrators, for the parents, whatever stakeholder there is. We try to reach everyone. With that said, whatever I talk about, whatever I discuss in my classroom, whatever I teach, I try to share it with everyone on this platform. So it's an open door. You can come in and see what's going on in my class. With that said, literally, my classroom door is always open. With that said, if it's your first time here, thanks for coming by. Welcome. Become a part of the family. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell down below, and you'll always know when there's a dope video coming out. If you've been here before, thanks for coming by. I love you to death. You know this. Thanks for being part of the community. Let's get into this video. I think it's going to be dope. Controversial, but I think it's going to be dope. Check it out. Here's a disclaimer. And I may get in trouble for this. I asked a couple of people, but the people who I might get in trouble with, I didn't really clear it with them first. But I use the term female, and it's not derogatively, because just to make the distinction between male and female. If I made a video about how to reach young male readers, then I'm hoping I can use the term female. I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm just using the term because it's a mouthful to say young ladies or girls, because I teach high school. So when I use young ladies, females is kind of synonymous in that sense. I don't even use girls that much because in my head, girls seems to be younger kids, and I teach the seniors and juniors. So I apologize if I offended anyone by using the term female, and I don't mean to offend you. All right, let's get into the video. Now, we've always tend to try to reach the males in our classes, especially if you work in certain neighborhoods, because males are usually disconnected from education or the education process, community, that whole thing. You're trying to get, we're trying to get them to go to the next level academically, and sometimes we tend to forget the girls or the females in the class. And so at this point, this video is just a little nudge in that direction. Do I know everything? Heck no. But I'm just kind of sharing some of the stuff that I try to do. Now, if you have and they don't even have to be strong females in the class, but if you have young ladies in the back or young girls in the back or wherever they're sitting and they're just not connected, try to give them some leadership opportunities or leadership roles. And by leadership, and there's just so much you can do in the space that you're given, but by leadership, it could be, you know what, Sheila, I need you to collect those papers for me, or make sure that everyone wipe their desks down because of the environment we're in nowadays. Make sure the chargers, everybody's all charged up and ready to go. Make sure the charging station for their laptops, it's cleared of clutter. Whatever things you can come up with, give it to one of the girls who's like maybe silent most of the time, or she's so shy she sits by herself and works by herself, or that there's one that always has issues with everybody else. Try to give her a role so people know that you're trying to bridge that gap. You see that you're connecting with her, so maybe they would connect with her as well, especially if they see that you trust her to do certain things, so they should trust her as well. So kind of open up leadership positions or opportunities for these young ladies to get them to know that, wait a minute, I can be more than just sitting in a desk or being a part of the furniture, or I can be more than aggressive and nobody likes me or mean all the time or mean-spirited, but somebody can be nice to me, and we can change my attitude so we can get beyond this point. Hey, let's try that one. By all means, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell below for the next Angry Teacher Dope video. Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there'll be a new video every weekend, so you can entertain and be educated at the same time. Check it out. Nurture a space for open dialogue or open conversation. Now, sometimes you might have the tit for tat, the back and forth, but you bring up stuff that when they're working on something, kind of ask them how their day was, specifically because sometimes you might hear whispers in the building that she was in a fight, or somebody doesn't like her, or they don't like her since middle school, and all these things are going on, or you see that she's crying in the corner. Take her outside, or have her put her in your office, or sit next to her and kind of nurture that space so she feels comfortable talking to you. Have moments where you just sit down with the kids and kind of figure out, hey, not even try to figure anything out, just sit down next to them so they know that, oh wow, this is kind of awkward, but he's sitting with me, so I can't be all bad, or this class is not that miserable all the time. So make sure that they feel that there's a space for them there. Even though it might jar you to do all of this, to sit next to them every time you try to say something, they take it the wrong way. Give it a try. And there's nothing that can go wrong. I don't think that you can say that at least you tried initially, right? So nurture that space and make it open enough for them to say, you know what, Mr. Williams, I prefer if you don't talk to me at all. Or, you kind of made it clear, and now I know how to deal with this disappointment, or now I know how to deal with when people talk about me. Now I know how to deal with my failing classes, or whatever the situation is. They know that there's a place for them to have that conversation. Number 3, give them attention. Now this goes, and I'm realizing now that most of my points go for all students, but if you realize, because in my class, I guess I hang out a lot with the boys, and I don't know, I guess it's easier for me that way. But with that said, if you have to make a concerted effort to talk to the girls in the class, or the females, the young ladies in the class, and get it to the point where they feel comfortable, then go ahead and make that extra effort. So give them attention. Hey, and I do this to, I think, everyone, away from the beginning of the year when you have to call their names because you don't know who they are, and you call roll. After that, I kind of, if I don't make up a nickname for you, then I just ask random things about your life, or I sit next to you, or I make a joke that you realize that you have a voice and you're a part of the whole environment. Most boys will take it a little bit better. Then it's kind of uncomfortable with the girls at first, but then a lot of them warm up and they realize that, whoa, there's a space for me here. This guy's not a jerk, so we can have that conversation. So make a concerted effort to give them the extra attention they may or may not need. Some may have too much of that, so you kind of split it. Yeah, you talk to Janie, who's always, loud and playing around and laughing, and everybody loves Janie. But then there's also Mary in the corner who nobody pays attention to. Sit next to Mary and maybe call Janie over, and then have you guys sit down and talk, or you put Janie in a group with Mary, and then you kind of see Mary smile when they kind of where they're working together, and then you bring it up. Guys, look at Mary. She's over there having fun when she should be working. Stuff like that. Kind of ham it up, joke it up, so that everyone feels that they're getting attention and they're giving attention, and once again, positive attention, so they like the experience in that classroom. And number 4, distribute praise. Everybody knows this, especially as teachers. That's how we live. We have to give praise, but also correction. You're not going to, even though I love you to death, I'm not going to let you get away with stuff because you're a female, because I love you, because you're the star athlete, because you're the star student. If you did something wrong, if I'm not happy with how you're acting right now, if you didn't do something correctly on an exam, even though I gave you 5 weeks to study for it, trust me, you're going to hear it. So you need to know that, and maybe that's the pops in me, but you're not going to be praised all the time. There's going to be correction at sometimes. You're not perfect. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. At some point, we're going to have that uncomfortable conversation. I told you, why are you still with this guy? You said that you don't like how he acts, you don't like how he treats you, you don't like that he's cheating on you. Why are you still with him? I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to correct your behavior as much as possible. I'm going to tell you what I don't like. As much as I'm praising you, you did a great job. You got another A. Look at you. Now you can give presentations when before you couldn't. Your back was turned and you were a different person. I'm still going to give you corrective feedback. I'm still going to be hard on you because that's what you need. When you get out in that real world, you know that you were touched by my classroom because I didn't just gas your head up and make you feel that everything was perfect that you did. You're going to know that at some point somebody's going to tell you something that you don't necessarily want to hear, but you got to listen to it because it might be conducive rather to a better behavior on your part, better life. So those are my 4 tips, if you will, about how to reach the young ladies in your class, the females, and get them to buy into your class. The Teachers Lounge is up next. I got some dope kids, and for this special edition, I'm going to be just highlighting some of my beautiful girls from past years, probably about 6 of them, in the Teachers Lounge. Check them out. As usual, thanks for coming to class today. Let's just go out there and be great. Hey, let's just go out there and teach.